In this lesson, we will talk about comparing document changes. And this feature is useful if you have multiple documents that maybe have a similar name and you're not quite sure what's on each document and what the difference is between those two documents. So let's say you need to make a determination on which one is the most current document or which is the most relevant document. You want to make sure that you make those comparisons. And so Word has provided an easy way to do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on the Review tab, and then we're going to choose Compare. Select the first option, Compare. And now we have drop-down buttons where we can choose our documents. If the document has been used recently, it might be included in the drop-down. Otherwise, you'll have to choose Browse. And so I'm going to find my first document here. Click Open. And we'll do the same thing with Revised Document. So I'm going to choose my second document here. Again, I'm going to browse and choose Word Essay 2. Similar names, I'm not quite sure what the differences are. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And when that happens, we have information that shows up on our screen. And over here on the right-hand side, we have our original document, and then we have the revised document in smaller windows. And in the middle here, we've got what's called the compared document. And what Word is going to do is it's taking a comparison between the first document and the second document, and it's compiling them together here. And then on the left-hand side, it shows us what revisions have been made or where the differences are between these two documents. So it makes it very easy to just go ahead and select. We're going to click right here. And it says something was deleted. And it takes us to those areas in all three of our documents here. So let's say that it shows us here, multitasking, you're not as productive as you think. And then here in the revised document, it says multitasking, you might not be as productive as you think. So here, when in the compared document, we can decide which of those options we want to keep. And so we can either accept that change or we can reject it. And so let's say I'm going to go ahead and accept this change and move to the next one. Now we have 6 revisions left. And it tells me again, Microsoft account inserted. You might not be as productive as you think. I'm going to go ahead and accept that change as well. This has to do with it's on the same line. B. We're going to go ahead and accept that change as well. And now we're going to move down to this area, Projects Or. And we see here in our compared document, the question is, how much attention are we giving to each of the tasks we are doing or each of the projects or tasks we are doing. So we can decide if we want to accept that change or reject that change. We're going to accept that change as well. And here, mistakes, we can see with the blue highlight, we can choose whether we want mistakes or errors as the text in our compared document. I'm going to actually reject this change and say I want it to say mistakes. I'm going to accept that. And then for the next change, you see it's just a formatting change. So here, more than half has been bold and italicized. And I'm going to reject that change. I don't want that to be bold or italicized. I'm going to click OK. There are no more comments or track changes within our document. And now I have a single compared document that has been reviewed, and all of the changes have been accepted or rejected the way that we want. From this point, we can go to File and Save As and give this a name rather than Compared Document. And if you wish, you can either delete or change the names of your original and revised documents so that it's easy to recognize that this is the most recent and most relevant version of that document. And that's how we would compare document changes within Word.